What's crackling? It's your boy, Aaron Showtime Taylor. It gets no better than when I'm on the show, especially when I'm on the Coriolis effect. Today, it's going down.
Welcome to the Coriolis effect with Cory Oliver.
Hi guys, I'm Cory Oliver. Thanks for watching the Coriolis effect. Please hit the subscribe button below, and we hope you like this episode.
Hi guys, we wanted to announce that like many podcasters, we just started a Patreon account. Visit our page at patreon.com/the Coriolis effect. We have 5 different levels of membership and offer early access to episodes, behind the scenes footage, bonus episodes, shoutouts, and much more, including personal phone calls, questions and answer sessions, and live chats with Bob and me. That's patreon.com/the Coriolis effect.
We want to take a minute and talk to you about ExpressVPN. Most people don't know that your internet provider, many websites, and even apps collect all of your data and then sell it to whoever's willing to pay for it. They know what websites you visited, what products you've bought, what products you looked at and did not buy, and some people can even copy your passwords and usernames and then access your private accounts. ExpressVPN encrypts all of your data and sends it from their servers, so no one knows where you are. With ExpressVPN, people may think you're in Bangladesh when you're really in Chicago. They would think you're in South America when you're really in Detroit. ExpressVPN protects you from hackers who try to steal your information, and also from spies who try to use your data for their own nefarious purposes. ExpressVPN also allows you unrestricted access to all parts of the internet. How does it work? ExpressVPN uses the best-in-class encryption. Whenever you are connected to ExpressVPN, every piece of data going in and out of your devices goes through a securely encrypted tunnel and cannot be seen. Not by the government, not by hackers, not by your internet service provider, not even by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN also employs IP masking. Every device has a unique IP address, which can be traced back to you. When you use ExpressVPN, your connection gets routed through one of their 3,000 plus servers, hiding your real IP address and replacing it with one of their own. This allows you to browse the web truly anonymously. With servers in 94 different countries, you have a wide variety of places you can choose to appear from. ExpressVPN also provides 24/7 customer support with live chat, which means your question will be answered within seconds, not hours or days. It is also one of the easiest apps to use. Just open the app, and with one click, you're protected. It is also physically impossible for any of ExpressVPN's servers to store logs of any customers. And ExpressVPN is a top-rated VPN provider, rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, Wired, TechRadar, and many more. Just go to expressvpn.com/Cory to get 3 extra months free with a 12-month plan. This is a limited time offer for the Coriolis effect with Cory Oliver listeners. Again, get 3 months free with a 12-month plan. Go to expressvpn.com/Cory. With ExpressVPN, you can protect all of your digital devices, your computers, your phones, your tablets, everything, and have no more border restrictions. Again, that's expressvpn.com/Cory.
This episode is brought to you in part by bailbag.org. That's bailbag.org. Founded by Aaliyah Cruz, former inmate and now a teacher in local juvenile detention centers and state prisons, bailbag.org provides recently released inmates with a duffel bag filled with essential items to help them rejoin and become a productive member of society. The items include a long-sleeve shirt, undershirt, black pair of pants, Oxford shoes, water-resistant rain jacket, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, toilet brush, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, razors, a full-zip tracksuit, running shoes, all in a large duffel bag, plus a planner or journal equipped with a list of local resources. The recidivism rate of recently released inmates is approximately 65%. With bailbag.org, that rate will drop significantly. Please visit bailbag.org and donate whatever you can to help this worthy cause.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Cory.
Yes, today we are actually on part 2 of the Aaron Taylor story, which is amazing. You guys, I if you haven't heard the first part, you have to. If you're just coming in on this one, check out the first one.
Aaron Showtime Taylor.
Aaron Showtime Taylor. He is something else. He actually brought me to tears throughout the last 2 hours. So honestly, you've got to listen from the beginning because there's a lot of golden nuggets in this show.
And Aaron, didn't you say it was your job to make her cry?
It's actually my job to make everybody cry.
I love you, Aaron.
Everyone must cry once you hear me. If you don't cry, something's wrong with you.
All right. Well, here's part 2 of Aaron Showtime Taylor. Are you tired of the same old fantasy football leagues that you hear about online and that get canceled after only a year or so? If so, Dynasty Owner has your back. Dynasty Owner unites the fun and excitement of fantasy football with the skill and strategy of the front office. by incorporating a salary cap and real NFL player salaries for die-hard fantasy football fanatics that want the real GM experience. It adds a whole new level of strategy to fantasy football. We think it's such a big difference that we hold 3 patents on it. Go to dynastyowner.com. New leagues for the 2021 season are forming now. That's dynastyowner.com. Are you worried that you won't be able to find anyone to play in your league? Don't worry. Dynasty Owner can help you fill your league with fantasy football enthusiasts like you, so you won't have to worry about finding enough players. You can choose to start your own league, join a league that needs to be filled, or you can even purchase a team from a previous owner if you'd like to take that team to the championship. If you are finally serious about joining the big leagues, go to dynastyowner.com and start your dynasty today. That's dynastyowner.com.
So, Bob, I'm very excited today to try this drink. It is called Brizo.
Brizo, okay.
Yes, and it is a health drink, and it has a lot of natural ingredients. Two of them are apple cider vinegar, which I love, and Manuka honey, which is straight from New Zealand. There's only 3 grams of sugar in this. That is amazing. This one is actually called Berry Beet. This one is pineapple turmeric. Oddly enough, I just put turmeric in my coffee this morning. Yes, I can taste the turmeric in that. These are all really good. I predict this being a big, huge hit. These are fantastic. It's on Amazon. You can get these on Amazon.
And they come in variety packs, or you can buy 1 pack of a single thing, or you can get the 4 pack.
Oh, no, I'm going to go on Amazon and get these. Brizos. These are fantastic. Thank you. Well, they knocked it out of the park on this. Brizo.
It's been a year and a half, so yes.
0 fat, 0 cholesterol, barely any carbohydrates, 3 grams of sugar. It has vitamin D, which is, right now it's big. We should all be taking vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium, and vitamin C. Done. I'm getting this. This is a fantastic drink. Thank you.
Glad you like it.
Brizo. 4 different flavors. Berry beet, pineapple turmeric, ginger lemon, and pomegranate hibiscus. Wonderful. Tastes great. I feel like you should be given an honorary degree in something for all of the things that you have studied. There are those things No, I'm actually serious.
No, I
this
think they
happens
should
to
take,
people.
if they videotaped your parole hearing, that ought to be used as teaching other prisoners how to act and how to behave if you really want to.
I don't know,
fix
because
yourself.
at the end when there's a 20-minute break when they do their whatever it is they did up in there. And when I came back, I sat down and Anderson started talking. I remember my neck got hot, back of my neck, all of this, everything got hot. And then I heard, "You've been granted parole." And
Did you cry?
oh man, I remember my whole face cracked. My whole face cracked in 6 different places simultaneously, right? Nerves got to jumping all over, right? And I remember the CO came over and put the Kleenex right here, right?
Yes.
And then it just came out, man. It was
Is it immediate? Or they go through a 3 week or what would they do?
no, it was.
They're you can go now, go home?
Oh no, you have to wait to go home. There's a paperwork process and
Hours, days, weeks.
people are going to review it. It's normally when it's not pandemic, it's up to 120 days.
Really?
And if you were in for a murder, they're going to take another 30 days after that for the governor's review. So it's 150
The governor
days.
has to approve it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic, mine took 90 days, right? Some went as short as 35 days. But it was the pandemic, right? But I remember hearing you've been granted parole. And the heat was still there, but then, like I said, my face was twitching in 6 different places at once. My whole little mask just cracked open.
But isn't it amazing to that point how those 4 words held such an impact that it affected you physically, physiologically, in your body? Literally, things were moving. Those 4 words, right?
I knew, like I said when we first started this interview, I knew when they said that you're going to the board, I'm going home. There's nothing that's going to stop me from going home. I knew the track record I had, creating those sports leagues, teaching people how to maintain their emotions in those sports, writing stories and interviewing people for San Quinton News, creating my own newspaper back in 2007 at Centinela called The Show. all of the help that I did for people. I mean, literally, I was counseling guards and counselors who marriage problems, death in the family, financial problems. They would literally call me out of my cell and call me over to the program office into the back where the counselor's at. Go in there. The room is dark. Sit down, Taylor. What's going on up in here? I need to talk to you. Wait a minute. This is a setup. Wait a minute. And the first time one of the female counselors called me in there and wanted to talk about some marriage problems she was having, man, look, I was about to break out of there. No, you're not going to get me alone in the dark with a woman in the program office. Right. I can see if she snuck in the cell or something. In the program office, no. But the program office knew. Go talk to him. When guys get that call that everybody hates, that somebody died in your family, they would call me out of my cell and have me go sit in the cell with these guys and talk to them.
Even guys in blue would call you up and talk to you.
Yeah, they did that. And all of that was putting that good energy out. And it was getting documented. They gave me a certificate of appreciation from Warden Uribe at Centinela State Prison for the sports programs that literally kept violence down for 3 years straight. 3 straight years, right? I got a certificate from a captain, Ruan Kunzil. She loved softball, and she loved the softball league I put together. And it allowed her to bring a Christian home run team to come in, and we had a home run derby at the prison based on the sports programs I put together. This is the positive energy that I'm putting out.
Did they ever do like a longest yard where you play the guards?
No, we tried to get that at San Quinton in a basketball game, and they wouldn't do it. The CCPOA they're against anything that remotely looks like treating people in blue as human beings.
Really?
Period.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
they're the most powerful organization in the state. I know that.
You were quoted
politically.
Quoted as saying, when I get out of here, it's going down, which is exactly what it's done. It's gone not down, but it's gone up.
It's gone up.
You had a dream to what is it called when you not narrate,
announce
announce
color commentary, play-by-play.
Yes.
Well, you're the play-by-play guy, right?
And the Golden State vice president, Golden State Warriors vice president, right? Wasn't his name
Ray Ritter is the
Ray Ritter.
Now he's the vice president of something. When I first met him, he was the
he asked you to
public
call
relations
a game.
guru.
Was that kind of similar, that feeling when you heard you were just granted parole? Because that was like a dream of yours, right?
So I get the email. I read it a couple of times. I scroll up. I'm like, yeah, this got all of the Warrior stuff on it. No, this is some bullshit. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me see this shit. Hold up.
Someone's pranking me.
Right. I'm getting punked now.
Right.
The camera's on the phone. Let me check and make sure, right. Damn, this is from Ray.
Oh.
And then the tears just came.
Oh.
Because I had been working. I got the email in March. A month after I'm out, I got hired by the Venice Basketball League and was immediately put in a documentary about the 2020 COVID basketball season for the VBL, and then me coming out of prison. And they had seen cue ball and everything, so they were ready for me. And then 2 days after their season ended, I was hired by the American Basketball Association by Kevin Daly. Met him in the Slauson swap meet.
Wow.
Just making some jerseys. And when I'm calling the ABA All-Star game on Friday of NBA All-Star weekend, I told my nieces as we were driving back, I said, I think things are going to change. They said, why? I said, I think we're going to be celebrities. So why you say that? I said, I just called an All-Star game for a semi-pro basketball league. Then 2 days later, you get the email from Ray Ritter. Invite me up to do public address announcing, which isn't play-by-play, but I still put my stamp of approval on it. I put my twist on it. We're going to make it sound like Showtime is in the building. And then after that, I get called to the Kelly Clarkson show. And then after that, I get called by Maria Taylor for NBA Countdown. And now I'm the lead broadcaster for the Women's Universal Basketball Association, the WUBA. Right.
You need to update your IMDb. I just checked. It only has cue ball on there.
Well, and now you're actually doing our show, so you've really come a long way, Aaron.
Well, listen, I haven't even mentioned the podcasts I've been on. It's been numerous.
You have your own podcast.
No, I mean,
ask him about his own podcast.
I will. But it's truly an example of, positivity breeds positivity, and great things happen to you when you stay in that space. You know.
You wouldn't. Let me back up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There are people in the system, in the parole system, that from the day I left told me I was going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
From the day I left told me I'd be coming back to prison.
I rebuke those words.
You know, and I look at them like this. I'm like, okay, see you in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, remember they're behind you for a reason.
Well, for me, you'll see me on TV.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's the argument that Trading Places was. It's either is it breeding or is it environment that makes a person, and you're the perfect example that it's the person that makes the person. You make the conscious decision. You can do whatever you want. You don't
I'm not
have to
failing.
be that guy.
It's just that simple. The last
Thank
conversation I had with the counselor 2 days ago. No, this is Thursday, so this was Sunday or Monday. You know, when he called me up and threatened me because I actually missed last week. Part of my responsibility in parole, I have to attend 2 phone groups and then do a follow up on Saturday. But I have to do these every week.
Right.
Thankfully, I got 3 counselors that work with me because they understand my schedule's kind of hectic and can get hectic, right? So we can work times out or whatever, just as long as I do the 3. This last week, I didn't get a chance to do any of them because I had so many shows I was doing, and I just hooked up with a guy who used to come into San Quinton and play basketball, who's with a professional NBA team right now, and we're talking about me going out there and working with him. And so I got so busy, I missed those appointments. And so when this particular counselor called, yes, he was right. I missed my appointments. But like I had been telling him since I've been home, bro, I'm Aaron Showtime Taylor. I'm not the average person. You know,
Do they see that you're out there helping people, you're out there building yourself, and you're not the guy that was 26 years ago, 28 years ago?
It's a protocol, though. They have to go with it.
I understand,
I'm
but
sure it's,
the reason we have people in these jobs is because they're supposed to say, okay, this is an exception. I mean, that's the whole reason why we have judges, as opposed to you did it, you go to jail. You know, there are always exceptions.
The reason I paused, right, because I don't want to be unfair.
That's right.
Right. I don't want to be unfair and say, this dude's a dick, he's an asshole, you just couldn't. But up until I got that email from Ray Ritter, this was a person who did not believe in me.
Right.
And didn't do anything to help me when it came to what I was saying I was going to do. Now, there were other areas that he helped me with in parole, like making sure that I got my driver's license, my social security card, my birth certificate. Those are things you're supposed to get, but I didn't get them in the way that other people got them. And I told him, I said, listen, when the average person comes out on parole, and you guys get them all that stuff in the first 30 days. You know why you get them in the first 30 days? Because they don't have anything to do but get that stuff in 30 days. When I came out on emails and text messages with people in 5 different NBA organizations, in prison sports ministries, contacting these athletes and whatnot who I met inside of San Quinton. Because when I come out of COVID protocol quarantine in 14 days, I need to hit the ground running. It's like I said, I'm 55 years old. At the time, I was 54, a month away from my birthday. I have a 20 to 30 year window in sports broadcasting coming in late. My 26 years experience doing sports broadcasting in prison is prison broadcasting. It's not professional broadcasting, even though I am the best one in North America right now. I just need a headset to be put on me. Right.
I'll tell you, I agree.
Right. And
Listen,
and because of that, I don't walk into this. I'm running. Right. And even though I'm running, I still think that I'm not doing enough. Right. And then to have somebody within the system in those first from October to March, the guy never went and looked at the work I was putting together on YouTube. Never took time to look at my Facebook page, my Instagram. I said, if you look at my stuff, you'll see what I'm doing. Rather than calling me a loser and telling me I'm a lazy bum, right, and trying to make me get on GR and Cal Fresh and Medi-Cal. I don't want that stuff because I want to work and earn my way for everything. I could have went to the Santa Cruz Warriors because Kent Lakeup told me when I got out, we'll give you a tryout. No, I don't want you to give me anything. I appreciate it. But I'm going down here to earn my way back up here. I'm going to earn my way in the VBL. I'm going to earn my way in the ABA. And then when that's over with, I'm going to earn my way with the Warriors. And now I'm going to earn my way with this Women's Universal Basketball Association to try to help them become a legitimate G League for the WNBA. Now, if the NBA comes,
what's a G League?
the G League is like a developmental league where you Quentin Cook,
Is it like AA and AAA in baseball?
AAA.
Okay, so AAA.
It would be AAA.
right before the bigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And every step I've taken along the way in building this platform and building this portfolio and this resume that I'm putting together is for people to know you can have somebody reach out and help you. That's beautiful. But you got to want to earn it.
Yeah.
You got to want to earn this stuff. If the NBA Finals went to a 7th game, I was set up to go to Baron Davis' house and have the VBL hoop bus park outside of there, put a big screen TV up there, and they was going to put a headset on me and let me call that 7th game live stream online on about 7 different platforms, right? I was about to make history again to be the first ex-convicted criminal to call an NBA Finals game on platform streaming. I wanted that bad, but the universe said, no, you've had enough right now in 2021. We're not going to let you do that one. We'll hold back.
You've only been out a year, give it time.
Yeah, I ain't even been out a
think that
year.
it's not a full year, but wait till that year, because then
when did you get
every limitation is off
October
of
the
you.
16th.
October 16th. Okay.
I've only been out
10 months.
9 months and a week tomorrow.
But when it's a year, there's a whole other set of limitations that will be pulled off of you, correct?
Oh, yeah. Then,
Then it's all game. Then it's I'm going.
How long is your parole?
I should be off in November.
Off parole as in free citizen? Really? Okay, great.
I'm so excited for
And
you.
when that happens, I'm doing what I'm doing with restrictions on me.
Yeah.
I was doing what I was doing from a prison cell with restrictions
With
on
restrictions. Wait till
me. I wasn't
there's no
supposed to have a
limits.
cell phone in prison. Listen, how much is that phone? 500? Yeah, let me get that. Don't worry about it.
That's 20,000 cigarettes in prison money.
Or teaching.
Do they
He's
still
doing good.
Do they still use non-money as money in prison, like the old movies where they say cigarettes are money and stuff?
Yeah, they still do. That's prison barter, but this costs real $500.
$500.
I have a suggestion. I'm sure it's not the first one for you. But when in those 3 months till November, I say you sit down and put this to this and write a book. And literally,
So I've been getting offers, right?
yeah.
I think the companies are down now, but at one point it was 15 companies
Yeah. If I had a company, I'd sign you right
fighting
now.
for the right to do the movie on me.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, though. If you write a book, write the book. Don't have a ghostwriter. You can have an editor, but write your book.
Okay.
He just said they want to do a
You're
movie.
very intelligent. You know what you're
But I
saying.
need to
you
make
speak.
money.
Well, yeah, but you can literally speak it into a microphone and have somebody type it out for you. So
Again, that takes money.
no, because if you go to a good publisher, they'll give you an advance.
Again, that takes money.
It doesn't take money to get an advance.
Well, it doesn't take money to get in advance, but the moment that I'm not working is the moment that I'm not making money.
Right.
I have a tournament to do Saturday. I think they're going to pay me $200 or $300. I mean, when I did the Sports Emmy Awards, that's the most I'd been paid. They paid me $250 an hour to do voiceover work for that.
Okay, so if you get a publisher that says, here's $50,000 of her advance,
Oh, if they gave me
you're off for the year. You're right.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll sit down and write the book then, or I'd
Start
speak
writing
it.
the outline because
Let's,
someone's going to give it to you.
Let's call a couple publishers.
Someone's
and
gonna give
see
it
where
to
the
you.
interest is.
Listen, I wouldn't have
Speaking
no
it
problem
over
in
you right
writing
now.
and just it depends on what part they want. If they want it all, we don't want something that looks like War and Peace. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
I don't.
Here's the thing: you
That may
sit
be your
down.
problem. You may have trouble keeping it under 300-400 pages.
I don't think I could keep it under 300 or 400 pages. It would probably have to be at least 4, maybe 5 books in different parts. There would be the part of my life in prison. Then there would be the philosophical and the religious part of it. There would be the.
Who would play you?
I don't know. Somebody asked me that one time, right? And the first person popped in my head was Cedric the Entertainer, right?
I can see that. Yeah.
But
he's a little older than you.
I
right?
we're in the same age group.
Are you
But
the same age?
in the beginning, because I didn't pick this weight up until I came to jail. I was real slim.
Right.
I averaged about 165, 170 up until I went
I think
to jail.
you should have Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
going to
too
ask
short.
you
Kevin's
right
great. He's
now.
still too short.
But
he's only 5'1". He's a munchkin. I don't.
Sorry, Kevin. Sorry, Kevin.
We
He-
But
we
he's
do
a
this funny as hell,
big
though.
presence.
We do
Big
this
presence.
all the time when
people come in and write their own story. He goes, yeah, but you're not right to play you. We're going to find somebody better to play you.
The only part that I would play if I was going to play myself would be later on in the years. But
well, you'd have to cameo it.
somebody young.
Yeah, you'd have to cameo as a coach or something.
And it's crazy because I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch movies. I think I just watched. I just watched the movie, The Tomorrow War.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the name of it?
Very good one.
Yeah, I watched that a couple of weeks back.
What's the girl from Chuck, the Eastern European, and the guy who's in every movie now from
the Marvel Comics movie.
Yeah, from Guardians of the Galaxy
Right.
and Parks and Rec. Come on, the main guy. I can't think of his name right now.
I watched that, but
Jason Sudeikis?
No,
not Jason Sudeikis.
Come on, the guy who married Anna Faris.
Yes.
the person,
Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
the person who would play me, right? Come to think of it, would be the same guy in the Predator, one of the latest Predator movies, where the Predator, they had the army guy caught the Predator, took the mask back, and they came back to get the mask, the helmet, and his son had it. His son is real good. He was autistic. I can't think, but it's one of the Predator movies.
Wait, but for Tomorrow War, you weren't talking about the sidekick guy, the accountant who goes with him to the future?
You know what?
The heavyset African American guy?
You know what? He might be good to play me in prison after I gain the weight.
Yeah. He's a little more heavyset than you are. But
he would. No, during that time, because I went up to 280 pounds.
Did you really?
Yeah, and then I went on a diet and went from 280 to 220 in 1998. But yeah, he would be the perfect person, come to think of it, that could play me in prison. But a younger version, I don't know, because I don't know too many of these young actors. But he would be one I would look at and be like, yeah, he fits the archetype that we're talking about.
Well, I have a question.
I'm listening.
So what, I know this is kind of a silly question, but
By the way, I'm going to break in with the guy's name, but go ahead.
It's okay. What is the thing that you missed the most when you were in prison?
So,
aside from your family and, of course,
well, I mean, I was heterosexual, so.
Okay. Fair enough, yeah.
But.
Did you have a girlfriend going in?
The one who was doing the crimes with me, but I told her not to stop coming around because they started looking for her.
Yeah.
But you don't really have an appreciation for women until they're taken away from you, or you put yourself in a position where they're not around you. And so, even with Sharon, who's the love of my life now, she laughs and giggles at some of the stuff that I tell her about. She's like, "What?"
Sharon, we love you.
Like, let me see your toes. Why? What is it with you and my? Listen, just don't. I've spent 26 years in prison.
Bowfinger.
Right.
Have you seen the movie Bowfinger?
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
So it's some things that I say and do that she just likes. What is wrong with you? Right? I spent 26 years in prison. I said some things it's going to take probably about 2 years for me to get used to again. Yeah. Thankfully, she lets me be. She lets me be me. And
how'd you meet her?
So we met on TikTok.
Just gonna ask.
Did you really?
We met on TikTok. Yep.
TikTok.
Yep.
You don't
we met on
stop.
TikTok. I had 5 women that I was consistently doing duets with when I wanted, high caliber duets, right? The lip sync has to be perfect. You go in and you get dressed up.
Yeah.
Go into what you're doing at TikTok. Yeah. And her nickname was The Big Show, right?
The Big Chill?
The Big Show.
Show. Okay.
I had The Big Show, The Showstopper, The Closer, The Professional, right? And The Party Girl. Okay. Now, they all knew I called them this, right? Okay. I'm single. Everybody's starting to know about my story. People are posting stuff from Instagram and Facebook over on TikTok. So now people are starting to know I'm not just Uncle Daddy Grandpa. This is Aaron Showtime Taylor. This is the guy that did the 26 years in prison.
Uncle Daddy Grandpa is your TikTok name?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you can pull me up. I got hundreds.
I'm going like this.
Hundreds of videos, right?
And who's the kid that you were going up against? You said there was a kid you admired that does a little better than you.
Oh, I am Scotty 7. Okay. If any woman that's on TikTok, whether they like him or not, knows who Scotty is. Okay. They don't have to like him to know who he is. So,
by the way, did you ever call that guy from Georgia, Dick Taylor, William the Taylor?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Sorry, I was trying to find your TikTok.
I did, but I didn't. We didn't ever hook up because I got some other clothes from someplace else. Yeah, just look up at the grandpa has no D in it, but it's all one word. Uncle Daddy Grandpa.
It's gonna make a sound because
mute your phone.
This is a good point. You're very, very, very smart.
That's a technical issue.
This is all going to be on the thing. It's like
Daddy, Grandpa.
without the D.
Grandpa.
Look, this is the crazy part about it, that this is going to be on film.
Uncle, Daddy, Grandpa.
No, not D. No D. Grandpa.
GRANPA.
I'm sorry. It's
Cory's
Uncle,
dyslexic.
Daddy, Grandpa.
Yeah.
No D.
How come we can't find you? Uncle. Is it all one word?
All one word.
That's the problem. I'm spacing it
You
out.
can't use spaces and names on TikTok, can you? Or Facebook or any of those things. Which I never got why, because a space is a character like anything else.
Oh, there you
it's
are.
just 32.
Look.
I bet you I'm actually
This-
following you. I'm
Look,
sure
see,
of
this
it.
is like, this is all getting on camera right now.
No.
I'm following Uncle Daddy Grandpa, the Aaron Showtime. I
Is
can't
it on the
believe
cameras?
it.
Don't stop rolling.
This is going to be great. Just the expression on her face when I watch this on YouTube, I'll be like, look. Like Scotty and I on there.
Keep talking over it so we'll
Look at how cute he looks. That's so great. That is so great. This is so great. This is so great.
So now I want to be warned.
Is this your girlfriend?
That is the beautiful Sharon Santiago.
Sharon.
Yes.
You're an angel, Sharon.
Yes.
She's beautiful.
We do
She's beautiful.
numerous videos together.
But you know what? Okay, this is what makes me cry.
Everything makes you cry.
It's my acronym, CRY,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that's going to
But
be
the
part of the
truth
show for the next
is-
100 years.
The truth is, like, I want to say this because there's people out there that are really struggling and they're suffering and they're depressed and they are locked up. Whatever it is, if you're behind bars or you're whatever it is, you don't have a job, whatever, your life can turn around, and it can. And maybe it's a moment, maybe it's 26 years later, but you didn't know 26 years ago that you would be let out doing what you love to do, your dream job, having multiple offers for your life story, and with a wonderful woman that loves you. And honestly, I say this all the time because believe me, I've been in my own prisons and I've been in my own fetal position crying out to God, like, what did I do to get here? You know, everyone goes through that
Right.
at some point in their life.
Right.
And you just don't know. So I always say just never give up and just keep pressing in, and your positive attitude and who you are as a person is obviously shining and helping others, and you're such an
Hopefully.
encouragement.
Did you want to do play-by-play before you went to prison?
I used to play with it. I wasn't serious about it at all. When it passed the time in prison, is something unique, to have a guy standing underneath the basketball court calling a game. That was unique in and of itself. But I knew I was good then, but I didn't think I could do it as a job then,
By the way, did they eventually give you a microphone, or was this just your voice bellowing out?
So from 1994 all the way through to 2013, it was just me projecting my voice,
Right.
and-
Did you start it right away when you went in?
No, I was depressed as hell when I first went in. I
So
was
how
like,
long had you been in before you started calling
About a
names?
month.
About a month? Okay.
About a month. And then when I went out and started doing it, guys was going berserk behind it. It was like, man, who is that dude? Damn, that dude is good.
So eventually they gave you a PA system?
No, that didn't happen until I got to San Quinton. And I had to politic to get that because the head coach of the San Quinton Warriors at the time didn't like me, right? A lot of guys on the yard didn't like me because I came there with my own newspaper. I came up with my own program. I came with my own agenda. Whatever you guys are doing, I'm finna take it down. I'm going to destroy it, and we're going to rebuild it better.
Right.
Why? Because I'm Aaron Showtime Taylor. And what you doing ain't shit. I'm going to show you how to do this much better than that.
I'm sure that went over very well with them.
It went over bad because the first thing we did, we created a football team. I got sent to San Quinton because of restructure. So they opened up West Block, which had been a reception center. Now they were opening up the general population, which meant North Block, who had the run of the prison the whole time, now is going to have to start sharing stuff. The college courses, you know what I'm saying, yard time, education, all the little stuff that they had just plentiful of, now it's going to get split. And they didn't like us being there. And then when they sent us in the West Block, it literally looked like something after the bombs landed in Hiroshima. It was horrible up in there, right? And so we were getting treated like third-class citizens over there in West Block. And so rather than what I seen was taking place where people were ready to get violent, I said, you know what? Let's make a football team. Because they had a flag football team there called the All Madden team, and they played people who came in every weekend. And so we had all come from prisons where we had our own football leagues and we didn't get a chance to finish it. So I said, okay, let's just create a football team and we'll play the All Madden team. And we'll do this on Martin Luther King holiday, right? And so the All Madden team, you know, they were a little cocky. They was like, nah, we don't need to play y'all. So I said, okay, let's start holding practice on the yard and let these dudes see what we're doing. And so our practices were so intense, we would like lighting each other up out there, right?
This is flag or tackle?
This is flag, but this is prison flag football. This tackle, right?
Tackle
Yeah,
with
there's some
flags.
testosterone up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then me as the coach, I'm even out there practicing with, and I'm hitting dudes left and right and getting hit, right? And so somebody said something to one of the All Madden players, and they said, yeah, okay, we'll take the challenge. Okay, this is another movie script written inside of this book that we're talking about. There's a guy named John Wyndham. He's out of Sacramento. This dude was Mike Vick before Mike Vick was Mike Vick. And I'm literally talking southpaw, everything, a multi-sport guy, football, basketball, baseball, soccer is actually his best sport, right? I didn't know how prolific this guy was as an athlete, but I knew he was a leader. So the night before the game, I pulled him to the side and I gave him a piece of paper and I said, here. And on the paper I had, tomorrow morning, get the team together. You guys meet. So to go to the yard at San Quinton, you have to come down a flight of steps and then go through like a tunnel, but it's not a real tunnel, but it's set up like a sound tunnel to go out to the yard to play the game. I said, have the whole team up there, right? And I want you guys to come down chanting, West Block, Warlocks, Warlocks, right? Look, they call it the Jack Shack because it's like a place where all of the COs meet. It's a hub for them. So it's like 5 of them up there, and then they're coming in from the chapel side to go to work. And there's a bunch of us down on the yard cleaning up the goose crap off the football field. But we're all the way on the other side of the yard, and I heard them.
By the way, this is grass yard.
Yeah, this is a grass yard. Yeah, I heard them. I heard that West Block,
Wow.
Warlock.
Wow.
Now the All Madden team is already down there stretching and stuff, right? And they're turning around looking like, what in the hell is going on, right? And they come running down them steps like it was like College Saturday, right? And they hit the yard, and I had already dropped my broom and stuff, and I met them, had the high fives, all that coming through the tunnel, quote unquote, right? I said, yeah, we're finna beat these dudes' ass, man. We'll teach them a lesson. And we won. Good.
Wow.
We beat them 14-6. Then they wanted a rematch on President's Day. And so in that game, they started out with 2 interceptions, run backs, and they went up 14-0. And they started talking crap. Fuck you, Warlock Wood. Hey, huddle up.
Huddle up.
They don't score again. I don't want them to get a first down. I said, what, coach? I said, listen, I don't want them to get a first down. I don't want them to score. I want you to thoroughly embarrass these dudes. No more crazy passes. We're going ground game. We're going to go ground and pound.
Ooh.
Marty Schottenheimer on.
Ground game sounds tough.
Kansas City Chiefs, 1990s, ground and pound.
Yeah.
Right, go Schottenheimer on them. Hey, man, the referee stopped the game. It was 40-14
Was it?
in the third quarter.
Oh my
Why did they stop the game?
Because we were beating the dog mess out of
Because
them.
It was ground game.
Was one thing.
You know what the ground game is?
No, don't care, but it sounds really intense.
You don't pass. Keep the ball on the ground.
Right.
We kept it on the ground till we went up 28-14, and then
And you mix it up.
John started throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I told him, go ahead, throw the ball now. This. But I did that because one of my coaching philosophies and my philosophy in life now is you win with humility and you lose with honor. You know, when you
That's
win,
a great motto.
when you
Right.
win,
Mantra.
you take time to stop and go greet the other team before
It's a great
you go,
game.
before you start bragging. You do that, right? And the guy Monty, when he won the other night, when he lost the other night, the coach for the Phoenix Suns,
Yes.
he came into the Milwaukee Bucks locker room and thanked them on their win. He said, "Man, you made me a better coach. You made my team a better team. You know, and we appreciate what happened. You know, and congratulations." That's class. That's sportsmanship. And it's sorely missing in sports right now. So every team I've ever coached in prison, basketball, football, any sport I've been involved in, you win with humility and you lose with honor. If you lose, you don't hold your head down, because for them to become champions, they had to beat somebody who was also fighting for the championship.
Yep. That's absolutely right.
And a lot of times it's a touchdown or 1 point away from the other team's winning. So
when I lost my one championship that I coached all the way through in basketball, but when I lost that, I got my team together. I tried to give them a speech to get them through, but before I could even make it to the cell, I went by the gym in a blind spot and cried. That fetal position cry. It was like, we finished the season 14-1, I think. Made it to the finals. I had two of the best players I could possibly ever have on my team, and we lost. And that was killer. It was. I remember being in the huddle, telling the guys, I was like, "Hey, man, don't hold your head down. You know, we made it this far. It's just they was just better than us as a team. It wasn't anything we did wrong. It was what they did right. You know, so don't go away from here. You know, feeling less than. There was only 2 left, and we was one of the final 2. We just couldn't get it this time. And everybody was like, "Okay, coach, we got you." You know what I'm saying? We gave them the hugs around, and then
yeah, it's tough.
Also, Aaron Taylor. So what I love about you is that you are such a sensitive guy, and that speaks a lot to, you know, you might have come from a certain family, but you still have that. You're just.
That loss hurt.
I know.
I'm watching it. It hurts right now.
That was 26 years of trying.
Yeah. For those.
You know, well, it wasn't 26 years at that point. It was 20 years, right? And it was 20 years of coaching and pouring myself into people and loving the game.
Yeah.
And having the game love me back, you know, and getting finally to the place where it's just you and the other team.
Yeah.
And the championship's right there, you know, and you don't win. You know, I had to.
I do know. I know what it's like to lose. And it is brutal. It is brutal. Yeah. But at the end of the game, every loss becomes a win if you can gain one thing from it. It really does.
Well, yeah, that's the attitude I've had, period. You know.
Well, yeah.
There's no losing. There's, you know, if one door closes, 6 more open. Mm-hmm. You just have to be looking for them. Mm-hmm. You know, and if you're not looking for them, then you can sit around and be a woe is me type person. Or, okay.
Get excited.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, but what else? Okay, can I do this? I can do that. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. And then next thing you know, you created something where I thought we shut you down. No. You're never going to stop me from succeeding until I tell myself you can't do it. And I'm never telling myself I can't do it.
So I'm looking right now because I want to see how many followers do you have on TikTok? Uncle Daddy Grand.
7,500?
Yeah. I'm following you. 76.
7501.
Yeah. I thought maybe I was. That's why I was.
Got more than me though.
I'm gonna follow her too.
That's
what's
topic for discussion?
Me?
No, between him and Sharon.
No, we talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That she's not following
contest?
you, or she has more.
Higher.
She's got more followers than I do. She's above 10,000, and I'm like, that's because you're better than me. And she's like, no, baby, I'm not better than you. No.
You want to do a duet right now, you and I?
Yeah.
What's the song? No, I'm talking about like an actual duet. Let's sing. What's your song to Sharon? We could sing. We could serenade her.
You don't want to do that song.
Oh. He does not have any faith in me. That's terrible.
No, he's saying it's inappropriate for
Oh, okay, never mind. We're good. We'll keep it. Really.
I'm glad you know.
See, it just goes right over my head.
I'm glad you translated that for me.
I don't know. Oh yeah, I need layman's terms.
We have a well, hold on. There's duets we can do. That's not a problem. Before I met Sharon, right, I had a serious crush on Robin Winston.
Robin Winston.
NBC, LA Today Traffic. She's here now.
Oh, right.
But she was on Crime 4 of
Okay, so that would be your celebrity crush, because that's one of our questions.
That was my celebrity crush.
Well, we got
Robin
that
Winston,
now.
right? And so Robin Winston was my screensaver until I fell in love with Sharon.
Sharon's beautiful.
She is.
First of all, she's physically obviously gorgeous, but her sweet spirit, I don't even know her, and I can tell she's just, it emanates from her body. I can't get onto her. I love her. Look how cute she is. Adorable. She's joy. She's just joy.
Before her, it was Robin Winston, and so I told her about it. Right? She said, "Well, would you leave me for her?" I'm like, hell no, I wouldn't leave you for Robin Winston. I said, "But would you let me get a night with her?"
All pass.
Oh my gosh.
She said, "Hell no." I said, "Okay, I'm just checking since you asking me." Would I leave you?
Then I won't leave
I just
you.
want to see where that line is so I don't cross it.
You know, but you have to always check for lines.
Yes.
But in her case, in Sharon's case, it's not even that.
Nobody checks with me for lines. They're just like, here's a line. Yeah, here's another line.
That line's always behind him.
Let me see.
It's always
I
behind.
need to know what your lip
Oh my
syncing
gosh.
skills are like, because you're about to go in here with Uncle Daddy Grandpa. That's how you do a TikTok video.
You were great.
You were
Aaron.
great. I was terrible.
No, you were good too.
I've not done a TikTok video. I've only been in, countless movies and TV shows.
Countless movies and TV shows. And yet,
Did they
when
get
it comes to TikTok,
Beverly Hills Pawn in prison?
Beverly Hills Pawn.
Right there.
That's my show.
No.
That
I would have remembered it.
is actually, so they didn't have the Reels channel.
No, we didn't have that.
Hey, because you didn't see God's Not Dead. Did you see Basketball?
Basketball?
Yeah, it was a spoof on basketball and baseball with the two guys who created South Park.
There's a possibility they had and I didn't watch it. That sounds kind of familiar.
Didn't interest me.
I just love it. I
Book
love
of
it when
Esther,
guests
what else
don't
we got?
know.
God's Not Dead.
Doesn't matter. 90210, all those ones.
think
Like,
90210.
forget
I
it.
just saw it.
The Young and the Restless. I was Bud Light girl. No big deal.
Which Bud Light girl? On which commercial?
The one with the
Because
mouse.
we watched the Bud Light
Okay, did you
commercial.
see the one where the guy fires the mouse into the across the way and the
Yeah.
girl gets scared? That's the girl that gets
That
scared
was
and runs
you?
over you. Yeah.
That's me.
In fact, I'm going to play that right now in front of you. It'll be on the edit, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll see this on YouTube then.
Do you know what's so funny? It's like every single guy that I know, that I can go through my entire resume, which is not like,
Didn't see it.
I'm not Angelina Jolie or anything like that. But then as soon as I get to the Bud Light girl, they go, oh, wow.
Really? Yeah.
Here's a Bud Light girl.
More dudes.
I know.
Now,
It's so funny though.
Don't tell the whole backstory. Just tell them what you tell everybody when you say that.
What did I tell you?
When you did the Bud Light girl.
Oh, how I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Was you?
I was 7 months pregnant, and I actually
You can't see it.
you can't see it, but I actually I have to pick up the bottles and run out of the room because they slingshot the mouse into
Right.
the room, and right before that I had taken like this 4th or 5th take. The grip goes, what happened to your elbow? Because I have a scar right here. And I said, oh, it's a long story. I'm kind of a klutz. Well, I pick up the bottles, or they say action. I pick up the bottles and I smack into the door frame, and I literally fall back and the bottles break everywhere, cut me. It was like incredibly crazy on set. And the wardrobe stylist runs over to me and she grabs my elbow and she goes, come with me. I know you're pregnant. And I was like, how did you know? Because I didn't say anything. I wasn't really showing. And she's like, I could tell by your skin. She said, it's not my first job. I've been a wardrobe stylist for years, and I could tell by your skin. So apparently your skin,
Baby sucks all the nutrients.
I don't know, but
His words.
I always say,
Little vampires.
my daughter
From
was
the
in
inside,
that
yeah.
commercial too.
Yeah, it's true. You should have gotten paid double scale.
But I want to say this about Bud Light. You know, I don't drink beer. I'm not a beer drinker, but they were great. They wrote me a nice letter, and they were so nice. That, you know, Budweiser or Anheuser-Busch, it's called.
Before we get off
owns it.
camera, right? Let me say this too, because what came out of everything I've been doing, and one of the things that caught me off guard
Mm-hmm.
was the letter from Governor Gavin Newsom that he sent to me. He called me a role model. You know?
Well,
Yeah,
again, you know, he's the
We got
governor.
that one right.
You know, he's the governor of the state of California. It's, what, 40 million people here?
Oh, more than that. I think
You know.
I want to say 56.
Well,
but
let's
that's
just
a
you know,
lot.
whatever the number is, somewhere between 40 and 56 million, right? And my parole officer brought it to me. He brought the letter to me. He said, I got something for you. And so he hands it to me outside, and I read it. Wait a minute. And I look the seal again, and I see this. Okay, you know, I heard about your story, you know, and great to hear that you was at the Chase Center, and you know, I'm sure the Warriors got a victory based on the energy that you brought. And I'm pretty sure that people in the criminal justice conversation look at you as a role model. And I'm pretty sure that your name is going to be ringing for years. And, hopefully one day I'll be sitting courtside with you when you're either doing public address announcement or play-by-play. I mean, that floored me.
Tell me that picture is hung up on your wall somewhere.
The letter?
The letter, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. Difference between, I know what the difference is. Is it easier to do play-by-play, or can you go over to color commentary, or once you're play-by-play, that's what you do? It's just a different skill set.
It's a different skill set because a color commentator is going to do what Hubie Brown does. He or she is going to break down the play that just took place. So I'm doing Cory with the ball at the elbow, back to the basket, backing down baseline, drop step, fires up the jumper, counted. Now, as they're going back up to court, the color commentator says, well, the reason that play took place the way it did because the defender on the backside of the ball, they're breaking down the things that you don't know from a coaching perspective. And so that's what a color commentary does. Now, I can do that, right? But that's not what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
Play-by-play. I want to be the first person that walked out of prison that calls a complete NBA final series, and I hope it goes 7 games so I can call every one.
Okay. That's what you're going to do because, I don't know if you remember, but when Dick Clark asked Madonna at the end of her Soul Train visit, he literally said, it's a very famous clip online, we can show it right here, it's 30 seconds. He said, what's next for you? And she literally said, I'm going to rule the world. And he went, but she spoke it into existence. She said it. It became a reality, right? Many of us limit ourselves because we don't believe what we can do. But you just said what you wanted to do, so you'll make it happen.
But now I wanted that. That's something I still want to do. But I've actually went above and beyond that. And that blows my mind when I sit back and think about this stuff. When I think about the things that I've done in 9 months. In 9 months, I'm coming home from prison, literally coming out 0. Right? At the start. And where I'm at now, the one thing I haven't done, there's one thing that I haven't done that I said I was going to do. And I remember telling my friend Jerome Dickerson, he and I have had a rap career together, never done any crimes together. This is my best friend, right? My best male friend. And I told him, sitting out in the car in Glendale at the Quarantine Hotel, I said, I'm going to have $1 million by 2021 for the summer. He said, what? I said, yeah. I'm going to have $1 million by 2021.
And you're only $990,000 short.
A little more than that. But that's the only thing I haven't completed. I think I made, so far in 9 months, I think I made either 28 or 29,000 total. And that's calling games and then working with my cousin who's a plumber. I was actually a plumber before I went to jail. And so I go to work with my cousin. He still has his company that he started before I went to jail. And, he'll call me up and I work with him to it, sometimes 2 days a week, sometimes 1. And advertising that I do on my podcast and that I did for the Venice Basketball League, it's somewhere around 28, 29,000 total. But the fact is, and I say this to everybody, I said I wanted to get $1 million by 2021. So I jumped, took a leap, and I came down with 28.
Right.
I said I'm going to call it NBA Finals. In my parole plans, it was in 5 to 7 years. I think it's going to be next year, and I'm going to be invited either by the NBA or by one of these online or streaming channels to come call that game.
2021's not over, first of all. Anybody could offer you $1 million for your story. Secondly, Netflix, hello. I would write him a check if I were you, because someone's going to get him. It's just not. The sky's the limit for you.
Yeah.
You've chosen to reform your life, and it's just going to get better and better.
Well, there's yes, and I don't want it to be totally about me.
Amen. That's exactly it.
And
It's exactly
right
it.
here with my niece. She said, the reason people like you is because you're constantly pulling people with you. You're not just doing this by yourself.
By yourself, yeah.
I can't do it by myself. Nothing I'm doing, the years I was at San Quinton with the microphone, there was Damon Cook sitting next to me. He's in Solano State Prison, feeding homeless people from his cell. He has a nonprofit organization called the Uncuffed Project. This right here.
I see it, yeah.
He's feeding homeless people from his cell
Yeah.
in the city, Sacramento. He's giving backpacks away with cell phones and debit cards when guys get released to go along.
We need to hook him up with Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
So my friend Aaliyah Cruz is a founder of bailbonds.org. Bail bags. Sorry, not bail bonds. It's bailbag.org, and it's basically a bag given to inmates that are released, and it has a lot of great stuff in it.
Duffel bag, a suit, a tracksuit, 2 sets of clothing, toiletries. He's got a reference book. We actually want to have you talk to her.
Yeah,
and
she
do
was
some
just on
promotions for her because she's now taking donations and stuff.
I don't have a problem with that. I can refer her straight to Damon Cook. That's.
But the Bible says, and whatever you want to, whatever it says, whatever you do not do for the least of me, you do not do for me. And so, to much is given, much is expected. And so, if we can adopt those 2 scriptures, just those 2, then you're constantly either giving or helping someone in need. And it sounds like, you understand that.
My favorite Bible verse is really, really simple. And I'm going to paraphrase it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say it this way in there, but this is the way I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to talk about the splinter that I have in my eye when you have a 2x4 hanging out of yours?
I love your paraphrase. Basically it says yes. You're right. And
an even better one is faith without works is dead.
Amen.
There's so many people running around here saying they have faith.
Yeah.
So many people that quote the Bible, so many people that quote Quran, quote the Torah, and you don't live it.
Yeah.
You don't actually incorporate it in your life. It's not coming from your heart. It's coming to be seen of people of what you're doing rather than just doing it. It's not what you say or do when I'm there. Do you do that and say that when I'm nowhere around? Do you live a wholesome life?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Do you live a wholesome life? When I'm in my room at the transitional home, my television's off, my radio's off. I may bust my electric guitar out in practice.
What? Do you play electric guitar?
I learned how to play guitar in prison.
Okay. See, you're my worship band. I sing. We can do some worship music.
Listen,
I'm just telling you.
I got a
I'm gonna ask
on my
him.
page right now who hooked up with me, right? Only because he sent some stuff in the he DM'd me some videos, and I'm looking at him, and I said, okay, this dude's Christian, but wait a minute, I like that guitar in the background. Okay.
Christian rock has some good songs.
By the way,
Good songs.
well, I did this little movie with the Newsboys. You know the Newsboys? Michael Tate, he was in DC Talk.
No.
Okay, you're gonna love the Newsboys. And
He's
by the
not
way,
up on all the movies.
I've literally.
He's trying to catch up for the last 9 months.
I understand, but he said in the beginning of this interview that my thing is I've cried through this whole interview. And for those of you who are not watching it, I've literally sat here with a box of Kleenex.
She's been crying. I've made her cry almost as much as I made Kelly Clarkson cry.
You know what
Kelly
though?
Clarkson cried a lot in 36 minutes.
Right?
You had 2 full hours.
But you're such a great success, beautiful story of just making a choice. Just making a choice. It's a decision, and not, I said this in the beginning. I used to tell my daughter when she'd go to school, make it a great day. Not have a great day. Just make it a great day. And we all have that choice from the moment we wake up to make it a great day, and you're utilizing God's time really well. And so, thank you.
I told him the last time I was here, right? And I told Festus, even Festus was looking at me crazy. I waited. You figure a guy come out after 26 years, he's coming out a hound dog. I waited until the right person came along.
Aww.
Right? These are the moments that we're talking about that you just alluded to, quote unquote, the God moments. Right? Now I had plans. I told him, first weekend, I'm getting ready to lock up. I got $1,000. I need 2 women. Y'all come on the table. Right? It's going down this first weekend. And
God had other plans.
Right. And I was supposed to do what I did for those 2 weeks in there by myself. And so even after I came out, I didn't go chase that because I had something I wanted to build. I needed to build Elevated Entertainment. I needed to build the brand here in Showtime Taylor. I needed to rebuild my relationship with my family and my friends. I needed to do all of that first and make sure that was established, right? I didn't have a bunch of money. I was doing a lot of work, but I didn't have a bunch of money. But the right person came along at the right time, and that was Sharon Santiago. And she came along right at the time when I needed somebody to understand who I was and where I was going. Now, I could never in her presence say, do you know who I am? I'm Aaron Showtime Taylor, because she's going to stop me.
And she goes, okay, Aaron, go take out the trash.
Right.
You're Aaron
She's going to
Showtime
stop. She's
Taylor.
going to say, oh, Lord, I don't want to hit. Look, stop, right? Because she didn't fall in love with Aaron Showtime Taylor.
Right.
She fell in love with Aaron.
Yeah.
She saw in me everything that I was doing and then looked around that arc and said, I can see where you're going. Let me stand next to you and let's take this journey together. You know, I ask her questions constantly, right? I refer to her and ask her about her wisdom and her judgment in this, right?
You have a twin brother?
No, we look a lot alike though.
Okay.
He's in Baltimore. He's 2 years older than me. But I refer to her wisdom. We don't always agree, you know. But
Not.
But in the disagreement, there's respect. There's a level. Listen, go ahead, blow your nose, and let your boogers out.
I cannot. I can't. Aaron, you're really taking me way far down right now. I know.
Listen,
Sorry.
for those people that can see this, beautiful women do get boogers. Just remember that.
That was a really soft sniffle too. I'm sorry,
I'm trying
Aaron.
to be cool with it, but just let you
I'm
know.
sorry.
Don't let the beauty fool you.
Wait, can you call this shot right here? Nope.
Oh my God.
No, it's so bad.
What would you say, $1 million dribble?
$1 million pass and a $2 shot.
$1 million dribble was what it was. Okay, I'm sorry, but
But yeah, she came along right at the time I needed somebody, because you asked me earlier, what did I miss the most in prison? You can have intimate conversations with anybody of any sex.
yeah,
That's sapiosexuality,
yeah,
right? So you can have intimate conversations. But as a heterosexual man, I had nobody I could be intimate with.
right,
And I waited to be intimate with Sharon. And when I say intimate, it's not just a sexual thing.
Right.
It's somebody whose hand I can hold.
yeah,
You know, somebody who, you know, when I'm sitting there, just comes and just rubs my head.
yeah.
You know, somebody who leans over and whispers, "I love you" in my ear.
Did you make a wish when you rubbed your head?
No. I think her wish was answered on that one.
Ah.
My hand Showtime. You know.
You are.
And when she sees it, she's probably gonna punch me.
Yeah. Oh, we're making a clip of this and putting it all over.
No,
here.
she's actually not. And Aaron,
But she. People say of somebody completes them.
yeah.
She doesn't complete me, but she gets me real close.
Aw.
You know, and and I say that to leave room for improvement for both of us.
Sure, of course.
You know, but I think we had 2 disagreements that might have lasted 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you've spent 26 years in prison, the disagreements, it's not worth it, right?
No,
It's just-
not. But I don't like being wrong either. I'm a typical dude on some things. Some things I'm just a typical male on this, you know. Like, again, I needed somebody who understood, right? I hadn't been physical with a woman
Mm-hmm.
in 26 years. So that's me, you know, and she loves it. Thankfully, I get to be the whole man. I also get to be the gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get to be the protector.
Mm-hmm.
I get to be the provider, and I also get to be vulnerable and weak with her, and I can cry in front of her and not worry about the judgment.
Yeah.
You know, I can expose some of my deepest, darkest secrets and not worry about it being thrown in my face 3 days later.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So
Yes.
I found someone who I continuously say the universe makes sure our lights crossed at this particular time.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, and we both look young, even though we are in our
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we both look young, and I'm like, you know what? We should have met when we was 25 and 21. So why do you say that? Because at this age, we would have had 3 or 4 kids. We'd have grandkids, have a home we'd be retired into, you know, and just be kicking back, chilling, and I'd still be chasing you around the house, patting you on the butt when I see you.
Okay, so Mr. Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know 3 words that describe you.
Patient, aware, how to find the right 3rd word. Visionary.
Wow, you're the first person that said that word in 50 shows.
Well, I have to be visionary. You can't see
Great.
what it is you want to do
It's great.
unless you see it. You
It's
know.
a great word. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how you make it happen, right?
Yeah.
You have to have a vision,
Patience.
dream, goal, whatever you want to call it, but that's a great word.
I don't like using the word woke because it's so tore up now.
Yeah.
Woke isn't because I studied something. Woke is a state of spiritual existence. It has nothing to do with academia in any shape, form, or fashion. It has everything to do with that Kundalini science that I was talking about. And so I use the word aware. You know, the lady who said that she could tell by your skin was aware.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
I'm aware that you have an earring in your ear, and I can't quite make it out because I don't have really good. Is it a basketball hoop
Yep.
with a basketball in it? Okay, so I do have good eyesight.
mhm.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I found it at the swap meet. I was going there to
That's
get something
really
else.
great.
And I looked, give me that.
Yeah.
And he was like, give me
That's a
that.
great one.
Give me that.
I just want to say thank you for today. And I pray a special blessing over your life, that God just continues to lead and guide you down the right path of the desires of your heart, because the Bible says, delight yourself in the Lord and he'll give you the desires of your heart. And you've certainly done that. And you've encouraged me, and you've brought me to tears, and they're tears of joy, because anytime you can make somebody feel an emotion, it's a gift. And I just enjoyed the last 2 hours with you, and I knew it was going to be a divine appointment. And the Bible also said God has prepared you for a time as this. And so it's your time, and you get to go and shoot that basket and make that hoop, and I'm excited to see where he takes you. And thank you for coming on the Coriolis Effect.
I mean, what am I supposed to say to that other than, you know, I guess the flyest thing, I'm trying to think of something, you know, like, well, what could you say to that, man? She just busted
You
all
just
over
say,
you.
you know what? Amen.
Okay, I'll say this.
Amen.
I'll say this. Right. In the sense of intimacy, my duty was to make you cry. No, it was. My duty was to come in here and to make you cry. I came in here to do the same thing to Festus as well. Because people who emote, right, are also empathetic. And so as long as we keep putting ourselves in each other's shoes, and if we can get everybody to do that, you know, I try to put myself in the shoes of a Trump supporter every day, so I don't be super judgmental against them. You know, let me try to understand what would drive a person who voted for Obama to also vote for Trump. I'm not saying I understand it, but at least I take the time to try to. And if everybody could take the time, at least try to understand where the next person is coming from, I think we may be able to get the country back together again somewhere in the next 10 to 15 years. You know,
literally just summed up the last 50 episodes. And
the purpose of the show.
The purpose of the show was to bring the right and the left and people that are divided spiritually, physically, racially, politically, intellectually, whatever is your division, what are we going to walk away with today? We love one another, regardless of our differences.
You don't even have to go away with love.
Yeah, I do. I
Just
do.
Just a simple
Appreciation, respect.
Just a simple respect. I may not agree with you, but at least I respect where you're coming from. I may not agree with you, but at least I understand where you're coming from, even if I wholeheartedly disagree with you. You know?
Yeah. I can empathize with
I can empathize. I would never understand what it's like to be a farmer in the Midwest. Never.
Yeah.
I'm not a farmer. I know how to farm. I know how to take care of chickens and stuff like that. I can hunt. But to actually live that life, I have no connection to it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you vote for Obama and then turn around and vote for Trump until I listen to you.
Yeah.
Now, when I start to listen to you, I can empathize with the journey that you went through. Every time I look around, these politicians are coming through promising me this, promising me that. And I voted for Obama because I figure if I vote for somebody who doesn't look like me, but is coming through talking different, but the same, let me give him an opportunity. And he failed me. So I had nothing left to do but to go with this guy. Because at least he was honest about what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I can respect that.
Well, I respect you, and I respect all that you've gone through. And
All right,
I'm
you give me some
grateful.
dap on that one.
Love you. Yeah. Thank you.
And we're out.
The Coriolis Effect is produced by JS Productions, with host Cory Oliver, Producer editor Bob Victor and assistant editor Cade Bombsell.
Hi guys, I'm Cory Oliver, and thank you for watching The Coriolis Effect. We hope you enjoyed the previous episode. Here are some more episodes you might enjoy. Hit the subscribe button below, and have a great day.